Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So for today we're going to discuss how to make money using NFTs. And I'm going to give you guys the 5 rules that I use when pretty much trading NFTs. And at the ending I'll just put an exception to these 5 rules because there are a few artists where these rules don't really apply, and if you ever get the opportunity to buy any of their work, I would definitely suggest it. So because I respect everybody's time, I'm just going to put on the screen quickly here all the rules and the exception list. So if you guys want to stick around and listen to the reasons I put them, that's fine. If not, just write these 5 items down and use them in your future tradings. So the first rule is pretty much if the artist is relevant to the community. So this is where you kind of need to do a bit of research to see if they made some NFTs in the past and how did they do, what's their following, if it's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also the last one, if they're actually relevant to the community. So there might be instances where they're quite big, but nobody in the, I guess, crypto sphere cares about them. So they might have less of an impact compared to somebody who's really active in this sphere. So use everything you guys have to your advantage. So forums and social media, and try to figure out how relevant are these guys to the actual community. Okay, so once we assume that this artist is quite big and well respected, we have to look at price. And it's in my opinion that you guys shouldn't go and buy anything that's worth more than $500. And it's all because of one risk. So if you want to sell it because you really need the money and this hasn't appreciated as fast as you want to, at least the worst thing is you lost $500 versus some pieces that go up for $2,000, $3,000, even $10,000. So that's one. And then you have to pay attention to the market. So I'm just going to put an image on the screen now, and it's from the biggest, I guess, auction that happened on niftygateway. And you can see for every price point there's a different market, so a lot of people could invest, for example, $333 versus the most expensive one. So when it comes to reselling, you have to think about this. If an item is costing you $10,000, how many people are there in the market who could afford to buy it at a higher price? Because there might not be that many. So for something that costs $100, you might have maybe 30,000 to 50,000 people who are able to buy it versus something that's $10,000 and the actual number of people that are able to afford it is only in the hundreds. So the third rule that I would always suggest you guys to follow is the type of auction. So you could have bids that are silent or everybody can see how much people are bidding, and it's normally one piece or multiple pieces, which I'm not really big when it comes to buying these because the price is already inflated. Then the second one is open editions, and this one again is a big problem because the people who actually want these pieces tend to buy them. So that means the market of people who missed out on buying these pieces because they wanted is a lot smaller, and that's why I don't really touch these ones as much. And the ones you guys should focus on are the drawings. So that means it's randomly selected. So an artist releases maybe 400 pieces or 500 pieces, and then you just put your interest in, and if you're selected you could buy them. So what I normally do is find a drawing that's under $500, and I wouldn't click on the drawing at the beginning because normally these tend to last 45 minutes to put your interest in. So just wait for the last 10 minutes and see how many people have entered this drawing. So that gives you a good feeling of how wanted these pieces are. So a great rule is the 5x rule. So if there are 500 pieces, you want in the last 10 minutes of the drawing to see at least 2,500 people interest in this, because that means at least you have a decent market of people who wanted these pieces but didn't get the opportunity to actually buy them. So when it comes to selling them later, you have a higher chance of actually making your money back and some profit on top of it. So the fourth rule is, I would call it as gimmicks. So if an artist gives you the opportunity after you bought the piece to get something else off of it. So some artists would say, if you buy these collections in this specific amount of time, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you could get a limited edition free NFT out of this. So that would be a great gimmick, because people who are interested to get that limited edition gimmick for free, limited edition NFT for free, will start buying up everything else. So you'll see the price getting higher and higher, while that time frame is getting lower and lower. So that's one thing. Some artists tend to send you a small art piece if you bought it, so that could be a really good thing. So always take care of these type of gimmicks, because they have a really interesting effect on the market. And the last and most important rule is always buy directly from the artist. Never buy from the marketplace, because this is an area where it's not regulated, so there's a lot of market manipulation. And you could easily see this. For example, on Nifty Gateway, you could actually choose a piece and see what's on sale and just sort them out by the lowest price on sale. So for example, you find something that's I don't know, $300 on average price selling, and the cheapest one is 200 something dollars, for example, and the last piece sold for $10,000. I saw these things happening, and you just think, why would somebody pay $10,000 for one piece where they have probably 20 pieces for $300? So that's where people try to manipulate the market. So they have multiple accounts and they pretty much buy from each other, thinking somebody looks at this and they start buying their pieces because they're going up in value. In reality, that's never true. So to really be careful about this, always buy directly from the artist, because there are two things that could happen. I guess the pieces go down in value, and if you go into the market and buy something that's going down in value, it's not going to go up anyway, because it seems like people are not interested. And the opposite effect, if the artist finished selling those pieces and they started going up in value when you bought it, it's at an inflationary price. So always buy from the artist. And the last one is the exceptions. So there are some artists that already are at crazy prices. So you don't really need to worry about the previous rules that I talked about when it comes to these ones. So I only put 3 of these artists on my list, because that's the ones that I would definitely have no problem going in and buying a piece from them if it's at a reasonable, probably $1,000 to probably $2,000 price range. So that's Beeple. I'm sure you heard his name online many times. So anybody who bought, I guess, Beeple at a decent prices could sell it at like stupid money. Then Trevor Jones is another one that did really well. So if you ever get the chance to buy from him directly, again, it's a good investment. And Boss Logic, again, is the third one that I saw his pieces going up for 5 to 6x recently. So if you ever get the chance to actually invest in these artists directly from them, I will definitely suggest you guys to do this. Thank you guys so much for your patience, and this is all based on my experience on Nifty Gateway with NFTs. All the best to you guys, and hopefully you can make a bit of profit on this. Have a great day, guys.